this disturbing hotel surveillance video from 2016 showing Combs assaulting former girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Combs' lawyer argued the acts were consensual. He didn't do these things. There's no coercion, there's no crime. If convicted, Combs faces a mandatory minimum of 15.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Okay, so today we're gonna jump right into the P. Diddy allegations and court case, and he's in jail. We all know that. Okay, so this is gonna be my opinion, telling you guys what I think's going on and everything like that. So I think I'm gonna start off by saying that he's in a very, very brutal jail in Brooklyn called the Metropolitan, jail, and he is in suicide watch. He's on suicide watch, which is in the hole, which is in the segregation unit, which means he's totally by himself. The guards are going to be on a chair fairly close to his cell. And what they'll do is there'll be a piece of paper beside the cell, because anyone that's in segregation has a thing beside the cell about what they're in there for. And usually it's a misconduct, right? This case, I guess it's suicide watch. I believe that's the same thing Jeffrey Epstein did, and that's how Jeffrey Epstein wasn't in general population, but still ended up getting murdered in his cell. Okay, so he didn't end up making it to trial. This is what happened in the media. This is what the media portrays to say happened. I believe this billionaire paid off the owners of the jail, the court system, and whoever else he had to, and the Illuminati paid them off and got them to a private island, because he even owns his own island, Epstein Island, right? So I think this is what's going on with Diddy. Now, Diddy's the same exact place as Epstein, okay? It's the same place R. Kelly went, when he had his sex crime allegations. Well, he was convicted, but I mean, when this stuff was happening with R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly documentary came out and all that. Okay, so, P. Diddy is got so many things on camera. It's sick. It's so sickening. Like, I've seen footage now of him in little parties, in these freak-off parties with everybody standing around in their underwear. I'm talking all kinds of celebrities, and you're talking everybody's fucking standing around in their underwear and stuff like that with their shirts off, and some people are even nude. And then you got some people even on beds, like having sex and orgies and stuff, and there'll be little kids standing there literally walking around, and literally friggin' little tiny little kids, man, friggin' teenagers. I seen one that was like literally like up to here on Diddy. Fucking crazy, man. Okay. And I've seen so many names on there, like I'm talking so many names. Like I've seen I know I've seen the Cassie footage of the hotel where he dragged her down, all that crazy stuff. Stevie J, he's one that's been supposedly raping dudes like crazy too. Diddy groomed him into doing. Diddy's groomed supposedly Justin Bieber. I believe it's true. Also, we're going to talk about, that's so sad that happened to Justin and stuff like that, and that's no shame on Justin's part. Justin, he's a good person, and now we all see why he kind of went downhill. And I actually kind of don't know him personally, but I have family members that know his father personally, and it's just such a bad, I feel so bad for the situation, and it's fucking disgusting. And these are rappers we grew up listening to and idolizing and stuff like that, Tupac and Biggie, were supposedly all the way back to the 90s. He's been doing shady stuff. We don't know if any of this is true. These are all just rumors, but supposedly, he put a hit out on Diddy. This is what that guy Keefe D said, which was supposedly the shooter. all that stuff happened at the boxing that night at the Tyson fight, all that stuff, right? So it goes all the way back to then. Suge Knight's been in jail for how long? Um, Now all of a sudden, Hollywood's crumbling, especially the music side of Hollywood. They're crumbling. So many people are involved. You got pastors is involved. Pastor T.G. Jakes. He was at Diddy's 53rd birthday. Like, what's that all about? Why is he involved in this kind of stuff too? Like, these are the questions we gotta ask ourselves. We got all kinds of people, government officials. This is what I'm saying. It's Illuminati for sure, because you got everybody from the highest level, you know what I mean, all the way down. Hollywood's biggest stars, Will Smith, at these places. His son, Jaden Smith, he basically, Will basically sold his soul to the devil and Diddy and the Illuminati, and basically gave his son up, and then, groomed his son into doing it. It's so sick. Same thing with Diddy's kids. I feel so sorry for Diddy's kids. And then on top of that, him coming out saying he adopted this little white girl a while ago. Where did she go? Where is she out of all this? That's what I want to know. Where did that little white girl that he said he adopted go? Is she missing? Because guess who's missing right now? Jay-Z. Supposedly Diddy gave him a heads up or something, or Diddy said, I'm going to rat on everything, so you better go, or something like that. And, or Jay-Z was just scared, but, we can only imagine. But anyway, feds, FBI, and Homeland Security are saying that they can't find Jay-Z anywhere, that he has fled the country, and he's not in the USA. Okay, so, who else do we got? You got Trump that's been at these parties, which is kind of sick and weird, but we all know Trump's nuts. Okay, Shine Poe. I don't know if you guys remember this rapper named Shine Poe from back in the day. Shiddly diddly 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 shiddly diddly whoa. Who wanna rock with us? Dangerous bad boys. I don't know if you remember that guy. They made a couple songs, and Shine, he was kind of lit back then, and he actually was around during the time when the shooting at the nightclub happened, when Jennifer Lopez was Diddy's girl, and supposedly the gun was in her purse and all this, and Diddy supposedly did it, but he basically blamed it and framed Shine for it, basically probably offered to pay him off, and then Shine probably said, no way, I'll get way too much time, and then Diddy probably just freaking framed him for it and said, okay, you don't want to take the money, screw you then, and he disowned him, and he dropped the ball on him, and he threw him under the bus for that. Okay, so that's how Shine went down, and Shine's never been the same. He got out, and then he went back to where he's from, and he's trying to become, like, getting involved in politics in his country where he's from. So the next thing I want to talk about, Cuba Gooding Jr. has been involved in this quite heavily. Cuba's not looking good right now in his old age. Ever since Jerry Maguire, I knew who Cuba Gooding Jr. was. He was great in that movie. I loved that movie with Tom Cruise. He was number 85. I love that because I was number 81, and number 80 was my favorite player, Jerry Rice, and he was on Arizona Cardinals, and that's where my girl's from, Arizona. She was born in Arizona and raised in Nevada, and so basically what I'm going to say next is Usher. Usher was sent to P. Diddy at a very young age for Puffy Flavor Camp and groomed and stuff, and Puffy even came out on a video one time and said something a while ago, years ago, and people, the audience, everybody, the public said, oh my god, that's weird, that's suspect, when he said, oh, me and Usher wake up on the bed together and we wrestle over Frosted Flakes and all this stuff. That was weird, and everybody thought that was weird. Everybody kind of caught on that they're gay together from that time, but the thing was, Usher was so much younger. Diddy was like 19 and Usher was like 11, so that's kind of weird. It's a big age gap there, and yeah, it's just sick and strange and disgusting that this is what goes on And we thought these guys were like hardcore rappers, hardcore, like, you know, get any girl they want. It's just like, what, when you're on that level and you're a billionaire, you can get any girl you want, and you, this is the kind of stuff you're doing. It's fucking weird, bro. It's sick. It's like he really did sell his soul to the devil type shit. Like, whoa, that's totally, against everything to do with God and this planet. Like, you don't do that kind of shit to kids. He had these little playgrounds. He has properties like not only Miami, LA, and New York. He's got properties and places, islands and stuff. Puffy's treehouse and stuff like that. I seen a freaking colorful freaking treehouse place. It was looked like a kid's playland with freaking colorful candy cane, like every rainbow colored candy cane strip poles. It was fucking sick. Slides in the tunnels and stuff. Literally slides just coming off a wall. The slide's only yay big, okay? So it's like a slide that you would like put like a 2-year-old on, because like a 5-year-old wouldn't be like, would think that slide's boring. Like literally, it's like a baby slide. It's freaking weird and creepy, yo. It's like, is that where they put the babies to, like, when they get baby blood? I don't know. Like when it goes down the slide, I don't know. And they get blood supposedly to look younger and stuff like that. I've heard that on movies, but I don't know if that's true. That could be a rumor, but I've heard that this is what goes on in the Illuminati, in the highest of the elites in Hollywood. Highest of the elites around the world. Okay. Mark Wahlberg, you would never expect. Great actor. You know what I mean? I loved him as an actor. Good Will Hunting, all kinds of movies. He's still in great movies today. I watched a movie the other day with him and Halle Berry, and it was good. And he's supposedly at these parties. That's all I'm going to say. He's been seen at these freak-offs. DJ Khaled, he's known to hang around with Diddy quite often. Jay-Z and Beyonce are missing. Daphne Joy, accused 50 Cent of mistreatment back in the day. And said that she was like a drug mule or something like that for Diddy. Young Miami suing Diddy for $250K, which also Rodney Jones and Cassie started these lawsuits, right? So Rodney Jones suing him for $30 million. These are like the two catalysts and the nail in Diddy's coffin. When these two started suing him and he paid them off, everybody started coming out of the woodwork, and then it was just a domino effect. Homeland Security, LA, NYC, Miami, they're all working together. 50 Cent has been like wanting this to happen for like 20 years. He's been like telling everybody for the longest time, I don't go to Diddy parties, I don't fuck with Diddy, Diddy's a weirdo, straight like that. And no one really believed him. They all thought it was just like a grudge that 50 had or something like that, but it wasn't a grudge. It's not a grudge. 50 ended up being right. So I want to give you guys some new information. Jennifer Lopez has been missing too now. Okay? That's what they're saying. Homeland Security and the FBI reveals Jennifer Lopez is missing. Okay? Michael Jackson has been seen at these Diddy parties back in the day. The white parties, they call them, when they're all in suits and stuff like that. I've seen people there from Post Malone to almost every celebrity in Hollywood, but those are the white parties where they all wear suits. And I guess people have been at those parties that end up leaving at like 12 or midnight or something, 1 in the morning. And then that's when, when you're not in the suits, when everybody takes their suits off and they're not in white suits anymore, that's when the freak-off parties start. So I guess he tries to he used to try to host like big celebrity parties and have everybody over, and but they were still sinister. They were still doing stuff like, but they weren't having sex orgies out in the open and stuff like that. Okay. Chris Brown, is involved. Lady Gaga, Rick Ross, Dwayne Martin. So many people. So many people, guys. Obviously, that we had that tape of Meek Mill where it sounds like supposedly Meek Mill is getting by Diddy. It's sick. It's sick to hear. It is Meek. Everyone knows it's Meek. And then he's in the pool the next day. Hey, daddy, I love you, daddy. All this. Right. Hollywood's fucked, man. So weird, right? But anyways, so Diddy's in there. He got denied bail twice. He got denied bail the first time. He got denied bail the second time, which was his lawyer did an appeal, so he lost his appeal. Now, this is what he did. This is what Diddy's offer was. Okay, he offered 50, I think it was 50 or $500 million for him to be on house arrest with the ankle bracelet monitor, with strict monitoring, with like supervised like visits. Like no one can come and visit him if it's not approved by his parole officer. Only people that can come visit him are people approved by his parole officer. But maybe they'll just go through the tunnel. I don't know. And then also but they said he's too much of a high risk. Like there's no way we think that he can be controlled. He's too much of a risk to the public because he's threatened witnesses before, and people have gone missing before, you know what I mean, in cases, and all kinds of different things, right? So they don't think he's good to be out in public. And I knew they were just waiting until they had enough stuff to get him they were waiting until they got all the footage, and basically it probably took them that long to go through all these tapes and go through all these laptops and cell phones and this and that and files, and when he got arrested back in March, everybody thought, oh, he's not guilty, wait until he's proven guilty, and half of them thought he was. He's still innocent until proven guilty, says his lawyer. You should see this guy's lawyer. His lawyer is a joke. His lawyer's crazy. His lawyer's sick in the head. He wants a huge payday, obviously, from Diddy. He is trying to get Diddy out so hard, so bad. He's going so hard on it. He goes in the media and does this speech and everything outside of the freaking courthouse, okay? In the jail and stuff. Outside the courthouse, he goes, oh, Diddy's innocent, and Diddy plans to fight this until the end because he's innocent, and I know for 100% he's innocent and all this stuff, right? It's like, yeah, well, he has to say that because he's his lawyer, but like this dude's crazy actually saying this kind of stuff. And he's probably the only one in the world who actually thinks that. But that's because he wants to get a fucking $50 million payday or $100 million payday from Diddy. Right? Diddy probably says, if you can get me off, I'll give you fucking so much money. It's not funny, right? Diddy's a billionaire, so that's why I back down to when these billionaires disappeared. Jeffrey Epstein, I believe he's still alive and that he is on his own island and still doing what he was doing before, just having people come there, having people bring him there. It was probably Diddy bringing people to him, bringing kids to him, and now that Diddy's gone, they're gonna have to go and make it. This is my prediction. Before trial, Diddy's gonna get killed in his cell. And really, he's not gonna be killed in his cell. Really, he's gonna be transferred to Epstein Island or his own island or whatever, and be there for the rest of his life. And have to just have people bring him stuff. And that's the way it is. And that's a billionaire doesn't have to spend the rest of his life in prison. It's basically you're in prison on your own island for the rest of your life, but you can still do anything you want. That's billionaire fucking jail for you. I've never actually seen a billionaire in jail for a long period of time or go do some heavy time, you know? Like Suge Knight was no billionaire. He wasn't even a he didn't even have like hundreds of millions, you know? So when Diddy can throw out lawsuits, oh, here's 100 million for you, 50 million for you, like just to pay people off to hush and stuff, it's crazy. Like when you got that kind of money to throw around. Remember, he owns Bad Boy Records, Revolt. He's got his own booze, like Sean John clothing labels. He owns a lot. He's Def Jam. You know what I mean? He's high up in Def Jam. I don't know. But all I know is if he'll never go to general population because he'll be killed, extorted, and like he'll be extorted so bad they will freaking take him freaking hostage basically and extort him every day, and they'll keep him alive as long as he keeps paying big money to the gangs, and it'll be a bad day for him though, because they are going to kill him. Once they get enough money out of him, they'll just kill him. But that's if he went to general pop. He's never going to go to general population. There's no way. That's why he's on suicide watch. He's fucking pretending he wants to commit suicide because he doesn't want to go to general population, and he doesn't want to PC up to look like a bitch. But that's where you gotta go, PC, because that's where diddlers go. That's where fucking rapists go. Alright? That's what PC's for. If you're in Toronto, you'd be in fucking PC 100. We don't want fucking weirdos like you here in the city. Fucking taking our people and bringing them to LA and fucking grooming them and shit. You're lucky people don't get a hold of you here in the city, buddy. Seriously. People in the city don't play. Fucking, they don't give a shit how many people you got, how many people you connected to, or pay off, or what. They don't give a shit. They'll have some 16-year-old kid come up and slump them. It's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. It's just the way it is in the 6. What's up? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? What do you think about this? Huh? Everybody's talking about it. I just can't believe it. Like Trump. Oh yeah, forgot Ellen DeGeneres. I want to throw that name out there too. Excuse me, Ellen DeGeneres. But there's just so many more names, There's at least another 100 or 200 more names that I haven't even mentioned yet that I'm going to end up doing a bigger video. Like, you got him standing there like this, right? Standing there with in a towel with his arms wide out. Hang on. With his arms wide out like this, right? His arms are wide out. Like this. In a towel with no shirt on. Like this. Palms up. Like that. Okay? Like as if he's some sort of, holy man or some sort of, like, whatever. And he's, like, got them all around him in a circle. He's up against the wall like this. And he's got them all down in a circle like this, about, like, 30 of them, all in their underwear with their shirts off, all bowing down to him like this. Okay? It's friggin' crazy. But what I think is, his lawyer is trying to make some sort of plea deal where he pays a whole bunch of money and then gets out and does like 2 years or something. Some sort of crazy, stupid plea deal. But I want to hear what the Crown is offering him. When I find out what the Crown's offering, I'll let you know. Also, what they found in his place, fucking disgusting. 1,000 bottles of baby oil Samson, Johnson, baby oil, Johnson and Johnson, cream and baby oil and lubricant and stuff. Fucking guy's a weirdo. ARs, okay, cameras, liquid G, the stuff, chromophone, crazy.